Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a bit of a sensitive one, so I have to do a trigger alert at the beginning. This is directed especially for women who are going through some stuff, and basically the stuff is they're trying to get pregnant or they're having difficulties in getting pregnant. And I know it's difficult, I know how it is, and I'm coming from a place of I know, I am there, I've been there for quite a while now, so it's not trying to be in any way in a tone of condescending or any other way, but from a tone of a woman who's been there to all of you out there who are in this position, and just sharing of some of the knowledge and some of the things that I learned along the way in this long time since I've been in this position. So basically in today's video we're going to be talking about how you can deal with questions coming from people that are asking you, when are you going to get pregnant, or when are you going to have a baby? Just because this question is such a personal question, and I think people should stop asking it, but we can't do that. We can't just tell people to stop asking it, and we can't. Well, people are always going to ask it, because I don't know why it's a socially accepted thing to just ask somebody when they're basically going to have sex. Unprotected sex with their husband or their wife. I don't know why that's socially acceptable. I don't think it should, but that's a different discussion. Coming from a point of when you get that question and you are in the position that you are, it's good to have some tools in the bag that will help you deal with it, protect yourself, cope with the question, cope with the sinking feeling that you have of thinking, oh my God, what am I going to answer? And also some answers to this question. And I'm not saying you should give those answers that I'm giving you, and I'm going to give you a few versions. It's just whatever suits you and your personality and the way you approach things and how open or not you want to be about your situation. This video is mainly about how you can cope internally with receiving that question. So if you want to see what I have to say about it, and again, this is from experience and this is from what I learned over the years and what I've learned from people who know a bit of too about this, just please keep on watching.
Okay, my lovely. So we're going to tackle this problem from two angles, from an internal approach and from an external approach. And we're going to start with the internal approach because I think this is the most important one. So what I want to stretch here is the thing that we have to have in mind all the time is that the only thing that you can control is the way you react. And I'm going to say this again. The only thing that you can control is the way you react. And your reaction can be one of anger, can be one of frustration, can be one of powerless, can be one of you feel like less of a woman, you feel stressed, you feel anxious, or even amused. Any reaction that you have, please think and remind yourself that that's perfectly okay, is perfectly justified, and please don't judge yourself for it, because as soon as we accept those feelings, any reaction or any feeling that we have without judgment or without critique, as soon as we get to that point where we accept what we feel, then we reach another point that is really important, where we can change how we react and what we feel. And it's really important to accept what we feel and the way we react, because any emotion that we are going to repress is going to keep coming on and coming until we deal with it, is not going to go away. So we won't be able to embrace that change. But if we embrace what we feel and accept ourselves and don't judge ourselves for what we feel, then we can move forward and we can move to the road to happiness. So once we accepted what we feel, then we can move to change. And change doesn't come from any other place but ourselves. So as I said at the beginning, that the only thing you can control is your reaction, I'm going to now say the only thing you can change is yourself and nobody else. And you shouldn't even think of trying to change other people and try to change them, not asking that question or not even approaching the subject, because they're always going to, and you can't change that. The only thing that you can change is you, your emotions, your reactions. Once you get to that change where you manage to change yourself, then this is going to do something amazing and is going to trigger change in the people around you. So let's go back a bit to our reaction and our feelings. So from all the feelings that we have and we accept them, as we said, the next step is to ask ourselves, what am I gaining by feeling this way? What benefits am I gaining by feeling this way? Is this feeling helping me in any way? Is this enriching my life in any way? If the answer is no, then the next step is kind of obvious and is consciously choosing to accept the feeling and to change it. And I know you're going to say, well, it's not that easy. Can't just change what I'm feeling. I know, girl, I am there, believe me. I know it's not easy. I know it will take a lot of practice to do it. But once you master that, you're going to be invincible. And think about it like this way. You go to a store, you buy something that is amazing for the moment in the store. You get home and then you realize, well, this is actually a great deal of stress for me because it's not benefiting me in any way and it's actually stressing me. What do? You go back to the store and you exchange it for something that is bringing you joy and is bringing you a benefit to your life. So that's what we're going to do with these emotions that are not benefiting us in any way. And as I said, I know it's difficult, but I'm going to give you the tool now to do it. And this is something that I've been doing for a long time and is really helped me. So for a long period in my life, I kept a journal that I was keeping with me everywhere, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you never know when you will need to write in it, and you will see once I tell you what I wrote in it, you will see why. So the first thing that I wrote in it is the situation that is creating me stress or anxiety or any discomfort. So that's the first thing. In our case, it will be the question, no? The second thing that I wrote in it is, what do I feel? What feeling does this situation bring in my conscious or unconscious self? So I feel stressed, I feel frustrated, I feel angry. Whatever I feel, I just write it down. The third thing is, what external reaction do I have? Because of course, if I'm going to feel angry, I'm going to get a bit of aggressive. And the fourth thing is, what beliefs do I have? What am I thinking that is generating this reaction? Because if you feel angry, you might think people don't understand you. People have no clue what you're going through. The fifth thing is, what proof do I have that this belief that I have about this situation is actually true? Do I have any proof that people don't understand me? Have I told them what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, for them to actually understand the situation that I'm in? The sixth thing is, what benefit does still believing like I am, bring me? So if you choose to still believe that people don't understand you, for instance, does that bring you any benefit? I'm guessing no. The seventh thing is, how can I change the way that I'm thinking and the way that I'm approaching this situation? Can I change it in any way? Well, sure you can. You can change anything if you want to. And the last thing is, what benefit does the change bring me? Of course, you're going to want to change for the better. No, you're not going to want to change for the worse. Okay, now that we established that it's recommended to change the way we approach the situation internally, let's talk about the external approach. Because the internal reaction is very well connected with the external approach. Because, as I mentioned, if we're going to feel angry, we are going to react in an aggressive way. So in this case, again, the question that we need to raise is, what benefit does this reaction bring me? Because if the benefit is not there, again, the reply is really obvious. We need to change the way we are reacting in order to get a benefit from the situation. So before we answer, we have to think of what we discussed before, the changing of feelings, and make again a conscious decision to have a reaction that will bring us a benefit. And I'm going to give you here 3 options. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can choose one of them if you think it suits your personality, or you can just have your own. I'm just going to give you 3 options. So option number 1 is, you can be honest and answer with an honest answer and explain to the person who's raised the question the situation that you are in. And this is an option that I've took many of times, and by doing so I discovered that people are very supportive and they actually want to find out more, and they're very understanding. And also I discovered lots of people who are going through the same thing that I am, or they know people who are going through the same thing that I am. And you will discover lots of success stories which will make you feel better, and you will feel included. You will not feel alone. But this is not a route that everybody can take or everybody wants to take. So that's just an example. Another way that you can react is by just choosing not to answer, because we don't have to answer every question that is asked of us. It's a choice. If you choose not to answer, if you don't want to answer the question, you just choose not to answer, and you can reply respectfully and say, I'm sorry, but I actually don't want to answer this question, and I will really appreciate if you're not going to insist on it. The third option is, you can just answer with a joke. You can use humor. Humor is an amazing tool. And if you have this tool at your disposal, just use it. Don't be afraid to use it, because it's going to take you out of a lot of gems, and it's going to put some humor on an actually sad situation, and it's going to change the subject really quick. Each way you choose to answer, just remember that it is an option. It's your option, it's your choice, and nobody else's.
Okay, my lovely ladies, that was all. I do hope that this video will help you in some way. As I said, I think it will help. It would have helped me 7 years ago, or 7 years ago. 7 years ago, if I would have had this information, because it's information that I collected over 7 years. So it's just like something that I wish somebody would have told me. So I do hope that you will get something from it. And if you have any questions, or if you have anything that you would like to share, please feel free to do so in the comments down below, or you can actually message me in private. You can go on my Facebook page and message me in private. I'll leave the link in the description box below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with friends who you know it might help. And stay strong. It will happen. You are beautiful either way, and it's your choice. It's nobody else's choice but yours. So I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to love yourself and love life with everything that it has to offer. Bye.